Hello, everybody. Good evening. Okay, so really quick, if you are wondering why you're not seeing increase or you're not seeing progress in your life, most likely it's because you're not doing what you need to do in this season. You're not being faithful to what you should be being faithful to in this season. And when I say being faithful to the season, what I really mean with that is that a lot of times we try to find ways to negate or get around or get out of the season that we're in. The problem that you run into when you try to negate is that you keep having to start over. So basically what you're doing is you get into the season that you're actually supposed to be in, that God has you in for a reason. You get uncomfortable and you get frustrated, and then you say, hold up, let me back up, let me try to find a way around this so that I don't have to go through this or I don't have to go through that. And when you do that, when you constantly try to negate the season that you're in, you really are, number one, you're doing yourself a discredit, because you are basically saying, God, because I don't want to do this now, I'm going to try to get around it and do it later. And all you're doing is running into the same roadblock over and over again. And so you're asking God for all these different things, God, take me here, take me there, take me further, bless me with this, bless me with more. But God is like, you're not even doing what you're supposed to do with what you have. Like, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing with the little bit that I have given you. So how am I supposed to trust you to do the right thing with more? And I think that that's the problem, is we have this idea that we want to ask God for so much, but then we don't actually want to do what we're supposed to be doing. And y'all hear me say this all the time in my videos. We have a part to play. It's not just about God doing something for us. It's about, what is my role? What is my part? What am I supposed to be doing in this season while God is working on it on his end? What am I doing? My part is to be obedient. It's to follow the instructions that I'm given by God and by the Holy Spirit, and to follow his leadings and promptings. It is to be obedient to whatever it is that God has instructed me to do in this season, because it's preparation. God is not going to ever ask you to do anything to hurt yourself or put you in jeopardy. So if he's saying, hey, go here, do this, it's because he's using that as preparation for what he's about to bless you with. But you'll never get the thing that that God has to bless you with if you are not being faithful to this season. You want to see financial freedom and freedom from debt, and you want to be able to better manage your finances, and you want financial increase, but you're not being faithful to pay your tithes. And it's not about you paying the church. People have such a wrong idea about tithing. Tithing is not you paying your church. Tithing is you taking your first 10%, not your last, not after you pay the rest of your bills, what you have left over, not I'm going to take my 10 out after I do everything else. Your first 10, you take that to the storehouse and say, God, I'm trusting you with this part of my income to take and magnify and provide for me, and to do whatever it is that you need to do in my life. I'm trusting you. That's me saying, God, I really could take this money and pay on a bill, or pay more on a bill, or pay a bill early, but I'm trusting you to take care of the things that I can't take care of. So that's number one. I want to get that misunderstanding cleared up. Tithing is not about you paying your church. So many people have such a disrespectful and uninformed view of tithing. Tithing is a sacrifice of love and praise and trust unto God. So, if you're not being faithful in your season, and you're not doing what you're supposed to do in this season, stop asking God to take you further, because what you're really saying to God is, God, bless my disobedience. God, bless my avoidance. God, bless my ignorance. God, bless my unwillingness to endure. God, bless my lack of character. So that's what you're saying to God when you're asking him to bless you beyond where you are, but you can't even be faithful with where you are. I know that I was convicted of this the other day, because I was driving and I was like, oh God, I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. I don't feel like going to the second job. And God said, but didn't you pray to me to take care of you and to provide a way for you to financially maintain your way of living? And I provided that way to you, and because it doesn't look like what you want it to look like, now you're complaining about it. And I was like, you know what, Lord, that's completely right. So you got to learn how to be faithful in the season, even if what you're being faithful to is something that you don't want. Even if what you're being faithful to is something that's uncomfortable, or is frustrating, or it's wearing you out or it's not what you had planned, you still have to be faithful no matter how it feels. Faith requires you to get uncomfortable. Faith requires you to say, Lord, you know what? I don't understand. I don't see a way. I really feel a little afraid. I feel like I'm out in deep waters and I don't have no boat, no life jacket, no wrap, no nothing. But I'm going to trust you. And so this thing that I don't want to do, I'm going to trust you and do it because I know that you're using it as preparation to get me ready for where it is you're taking me. So don't go to God praying to God to bless your avoidance and bless your disobedience and bless your laziness and bless you being unfaithful to him and to this season and bless your finances when you're not even being faithful with that, and bless you with a better job when you're not even being faithful and going to the job that you do have. So, those are things that we have to think about, that I've learned, that I've had to go through, and sometimes still have to be reminded or chastened on with God. And that's just to be faithful to the season you're in, because if you want to see progress and you want to see increase and you want to see sustained success, that's the way you're going to see it, is being faithful with the little, with the frustrating, with what's tiring you out now, with what you don't like, in order for God to be able to elevate you and magnify your blessings and take you further than where you are now. That's how you're going to see increase. That's how you're going to see progress. That's how you're going to see success.